Welcome to Rotax Max Challenge action from the Africa Open at Veronica Kart Circuit outside in Gauteng in South Africa. And we're now into Micromax. The Micromax category, a very, very talented bunch of karters out here, all ready to go to battle to try and win themselves a ticket to go and watch the World Finals in Sarno in Italy. Reza Levy was at the top and the Razor set the pace ahead of Divya Naidu. Then it was Travis Mingay up ahead of Ken Schwartz, Mohamed Murat, watch out for him, and Eric Haystack in the top six.
Talk to me about how qualifying went.
Went good. Luckily there was lots of dicing and releasing, catch and release, but it was a fun qualifying. I was all alone, so I didn't worry about anything. But I was worrying about the people who had a tow, but they didn't go as fast as me, so I'm proud.
It's away from your home circuit. It's totally different to Cape Town. Who are the guys to watch out for, and what strategy do you take into the first two races?
Well, I'm not worried about anyone else. The strategy is just pull away and don't look back. Hopefully the guys behind me will dice and I'll get a pull away.
Yeah, well, qualifying was quite good. It was better than I expected. So I thought I was going to be like 5th or 4th, but I surprised myself with a front row finish. But on the race monitor, I was first for like 2 minutes, and then Reza just got first back.
What is the strategy for today? The first two races specifically.
My strategy is just to get good finishes in the first two races, and then see what you can do in the third race.
It felt well, and I left the crew, and then I slowed down and then waited to catch the people.
You qualified right at the front end of the field. What is the strategy for tomorrow's racing?
To get in the lead and try to stay in the lead for the rest of the race.
Hopefully I can get in front, hopefully get away in the early stages of the race, maybe even go with someone and in the last few stages of the race fight for the win.
This is the first fight for the win now as they head into qualifying, setting up this grid with Reza Levy on the front row, as you can see. Alongside him, watch out for a very talented young man. The 608 kart really pushing hard and looking for a chance now to spoil everybody's day as they come across the line. And as they go down there, Divya Naidu has got the whole shot and slots through. So 698 making his way to the front end ahead of Reza Levy. Mohamed Murat starting to come in through the back end of the field as well as they go through turn one. Very, very tight stuff. Murat looking behind him saying, come with me, let's go together, let's try and work it. Ken Schwartz currently in the third spot. So a good start there from Schwartz as they go through turn two. Everybody else starting to get themselves sorted out. Luviwe Sambudla, Travis Mingay, you've got Intermiso Mabunda, Vian Bosov, Eric Haystack, Mallory Mabunda up there as well. Good start there out of Mallory. And Joshua Smith at the back end pushing hard. You can see just how hard these guys are going to have to work today. Reza's at the front. And the Razor now trying to get away from the rest of this pack as they start to close things down and head down into turn number 5. This is Tulkin Corner. It's a little S-bend that brings them onto the main straight now. And remember, these guys are all fighting for an air ticket to go and watch the World Finals. There's not really a seat available for these youngsters just yet, but as they get better and better, they get to go and watch the World Finals, experience it for themselves, and then start to work out the strategies that they need to get into the bigger classes and make their way into possibly joining the rest of the South African team at the World Finals. Change up again for the lead. Oh, and it's for the lead for second and possibly for fourth. Oh, Reza made a big mistake there. Tries to come back. Nice move. Back into third place just ahead of Murat. So Mohamed Murat had to just take evasive action as Reza Levy made his way back up onto the inside and into third place after running wide. Very, very close action here. And it's kind of what we expect with Ken Schwartz applying the pressure early on. But Reza is not a man to make a mistake like that. He's just come back from his hometown down in Cape Town where he went 3 for 3 in the regionals. Now looking for a chance to possibly get up there and make it 3 for 3 on the day. He goes to second. He's got to make up one more place now in this first heat. Trying to richen up the mix there as he goes there, just switching over and now looking for a chance to just get ahead of the man who leads things out. And he's leading things out comfortably at the moment. Divya Naidu putting the pressure at the front end and trying to pull away. Levy trying to close down on him. Schwartz hangs on for third at this stage. But coming in the background, watch out. There are two karts slowly but surely making their way up to the front. One is Murat, the other one is Mingay. So not too far off the front end of this field is that battle for 4 and 5. There's a little margin between them, but it's hardly anything. And as they cross the line, one of the fastest laps there comes out of Reza Levy. Now, fastest lap will count in this one to put him on pole, and that's exactly what he needs to do. But pole doesn't matter right now as he goes on the inside. He was on pole from qualifying. He's now looking for a pole position in the second heat as well. Remember, these 2 heats will score them points, and the points scored in both heats will then dictate how they line up for the third and final heat of the day. And that final is the one that counts. So it's all about positioning now, strategy, a bit of a chess game being played at the moment as Murat starts to close in. Looks like there might be a bit of pressure onto the back end of Schwartz. Ken Schwartz is going to start feeling a little bit more pressure and probably look over at some point, realize there are 2 carts closing in on him. In fact, he doesn't have to look over because there goes Murat into Tolkien, forces Schwartz onto the grass and through. Oh, a little bit of a rough move there from him, but it worked. Powered his way through, forced it up into 3rd place, and that might have just rattled Schwartz ever so slightly because Minge is coming along. Looking for a chance now to get up on the inside. Can he do it? No, he can't. Schwartz hangs on, but only just. Viva Sambudla bringing the second pack of carts and slowly but surely making their way to the front end there with Mabunda and Vian Bosov. Change up again for the lead into second. Nice one into the second corner there. And Divya Naidu is just matching Reza Levy here, almost corner for corner. One of them will lead for half a lap, the other one will lead for the other half. And that's how it's going to go, I think, right down until the checkered flag comes out. Who's going to have what it takes at the end, though? Or is there going to be a late race bit of pace coming out of Murat? Murat is pushing hard. He really is pushing hard. And Reza dives on the inside. He's got through. He's up to first again. So Levy leads out. Minge now starting to apply a bit more pressure onto Ken Schwartz. Looks like we've got a great dice happening at the front end. It looks as well, Divya Naidu, certainly, but definitely one of the finds of the season, I've got to say, in terms of his ability. He has got better and better in that Birrell chassis of his every time he's climbed behind the wheel, and particularly when it comes to this kind of racing at National Championship level and at Africa Open level. Runs a little bit high and a bit wide, which of course is almost instantaneously taken back there by Reza, but he's applying pressure. But unfortunately what's happened is these two have slowed each other down with the battle they're having, and now Murat is in with a chance. Muhammad Murat has just kept it very smooth, and in that Praga chassis has closed things down rapidly. It's only taken him about 2.5 laps to get onto the back end of the battle for the lead. We're onto the second last lap, a lap and a half to go now, and Reza's got to stay as much on the inside. Don't open the door, and that's exactly what he did wrong. He opens up the door, and Murat slides through as well. Divya Naidu and Murat fly through. Reza Levy forcing down into third place there. That might be a costly mistake. He's got the fastest lap though. I'm sure his pit board will tell him that he doesn't have to worry about fighting for the win, although he needs the points for the final. The points will come if he's got the pole position, but he had pole position in this one, so he might have to fight for it. There's Murat diving on the inside. Divya Naidu down to second. Levy trying to come at him. Oh, that's what you do. Come straight back at the man who's taken that position away. And that's exactly what Reza's trying to do. Over the shoulder stuff there as they go across the line. Making sure there's no inside move coming out of Murat. He wanted to go defensive on that one. He runs wide. Murat into turn one. Perfectly done. Lines himself up, but it'll compromise his drive. He turned in a little bit too hard there. That is definitely going to compromise his drive, and it looks like around the outside. Yes, exactly what I thought. Divya Naidu, with much better drive out of turn one, could carry the corner speed into turn two and had a better line. Unfortunately, what Murat was trying to do was trying to cut the corner and make the other two follow him through. They didn't do that. Reza now looking for a chance. Can he get past? It is the last lap. I think Murat might be able to hang on here. Reza Levy is going to have to settle for the fastest lap of the race in third place, but that'll put him on pole for race number 2. Coming through Tolkien, last corner to be negotiated. Murat's going to hang on for second. He is. They all run wide and across the line. Oh, Levy has a go, but Murat just beats him to the line. So we got Divya Naidu taking the win there. He's happy about it. High fives there between himself and Mohamed Murat. That's nice to see. And once again, another high five there between himself and Levy as they go into turn 2. Second place was Mohamed Murat. Reza Levy coming for third, but he'll have pole. And Travis Minge beats out Luvive Sambudla, Schwartz, Mabunda, Boss of Haystack, Mabunda, and Smith. Straight into race number 2 now. As I said, Reza Levy's fastest lap from race 1 dictates that he will have pole position, and he might get the drop there, and does. Whole shots into Peterson chicane, and on the exit point has Mohamed Murat on his tail. What a start coming out of Luviwe Sambudla. Sambudla up in the third place and gets ahead there of Divya Naidu. Ken Schwartz behind them as they come under braking now for turn 2. Naidu returns the favour. Schwartz goes with. Sambudla runs wide onto the dirty stuff. Comes back and tucks into the second pack of carters. So it looks like Luviwe Sambudla unfortunately lost out there to Ken Schwartz. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Joshua Smith as well. So Joshua Smith, much better start from him this time. He looks to go with that front pack of carters and not get left behind. Levy leading things out though, and look at the gap he's already pulled with Murat. The two of them pulling away from that second pack, led out by Divya Naidu. And then, is that Sambudla? No, that's not Sambudla. That is Malori Mabunda, who's right up there too. So not a bad start there from both the Mabundas as they start to make up ground here. Remember, this is only race number 2, so it's not quite the important one that counts just yet. But Murat wants to make it count. He dives on the inside of Riza, looking for a way through. He gets ahead, but there's a lap and a half still to go there for Levy to make it up. Remember, Reza Levy got 3rd, Murat got 2nd, so Murat right now will have more points in the bag and possibly be on pole. We'll have to wait and see if Riza can get through and spoil his day on the last lap. They're coming into the closing stages of the penultimate one, and right with them is that 698 cart. So watch out as we see some maneuvers coming through there from Divya Naidu. Naidu is very, very close. Cannot afford to make any mistake now on this last lap. It could be a very costly mistake if anything goes wrong. He's applying pressure. He's all over the back end of Murat. Might be a little bit too close there. I'm not quite sure if he was too close. I think he might have just tapped the back end there of Murat. There might be a nose cone infringement there for him. And all of a sudden, here comes Sambudla. Luviwe Sambudla is in there too. There's a dive from Naidu. Sambudla going with him. They're 3x3. They're touching. Murat and... just able to get ahead there of Naidu. Divya Naidu is applying massive pressure. And I think it might be too much pressure. Sambudla is there as well. Let's wait and see if there's going to be any changes there. There's a very good possibility that the 2 carts ahead of Sambudla might be involved with some nose cone infringements. We'll wait and see as we get to the closing stages now. With 2 laps to go, Reza Levy trying to get away from Murat. Here comes a move from Naidu, and Sambudla's going to try and go with him. Murat gets forced wide. Reza gets forced wide as well. I think he might have just been watching for anybody to try and sneak up his inside. It nearly cost him though, as Naidu's now up in 2nd, Sambudla's into 3rd, and Murat down to 4. And with 2 laps to go, this is going to be a battle royal right to the line. What a move there from Sambudla. Luviwe Sambudla finding some very good lines around the circuit and diving on the inside now, placing his cart to perfection. The man in that FA chassis doing a super job to stay out front, and now trying to close down. Reza Levy's pulled a little bit of a gap. That's not what they want going into these last couple of laps. As they start the penultimate lap now, you can see it's going to be very, very close. And who's going to have what it takes there for 2nd and 3rd? I think Levy is about to check out. Looking at the lap times, Mohammed Murat right now is fastest on track, and you can see why. Diving on the inside for 3rd place and retaking that 3rd place away. Come on, let's go. We need to work together and let's catch Sambudla, is what he's saying. That's the gesticulation. If you don't know karting, you wouldn't have a clue what he was talking about. But that's exactly what he's saying. He's saying, think and come with me. And that's exactly what they're doing. Working together now to close down on Sambudla. And they're about to start 9 of 10. So they're so close. Look at the second pack though. How's that for a great second pack? Malori Mabunda up there with Josh Smith. You've got Travis Mingay, Ntamiso Mbamunda, and you've got a hard charging Vian Bosov in that pack as well. Fantastic race action right through the pack. Look at the gap that Riza's pulled out now as these 3 go to battle. Then we stand by for the second pack, and there's Ken Schwartz and Bosov diving through. And dropping down Mabunda just a little bit back into that second pack of carts. It's a great second pack of carts though. There are 6 carts all fighting for what will be 5th place on track. The Squadra Corsa boys are all over each other and looking for chances to spoil the day there for Bosov. Possibly spoil the day for Josh Smith as well. They're going to have their work cut out as they get into the last lap. And we're about to do that. Down into Tolkien Corner. But into the final corner comes the battle for 2nd. Riza's out front. The battle is for 2nd place here. So Riza is going to secure himself that air ticket to go and watch the World Finals. Who's going to have 2nd place in the bag here? And Murat right now was fastest on the last lap. He's gone quickest again. In fact, he's gone quicker than his previous lap. So he hangs on now. But here comes Sambudla. Luviwe Sambudla dives on his inside. And he looks like he might have a little bit of a punched in nose cone as well. So Murat might just survive here. Let's wait and see. Mohamed Murat's already been in some trouble with that nose cone earlier on. We'll wait and see if it's going to affect his abilities at the end. And possibly even move Murat and Naidu down a bit. Coming through into the final stages here. Look how tight it is. Sambudla side by side. 6:27 on the outside is Murat. On the inside though comes Naidu. Naidu runs wide and they tap. Murat goes into a spin. Sambudla's going to hang on. And Reza Levy is going to take the win here for race number 2. What a dice to the line though. And what a change up there for race 2. Absolutely amazing stuff. Reza Levy taking the win in race 2. He wins out over Luviwe Sambudla, and Ken Schwartz gets promoted up to 3rd place due to the fact that both Mohamed Murat and Naidu were given some nose cone infringements.
So I'm really nervous for the race. Hopefully I win it. There'll be a lot of dicing and overtaking and touches, but hopefully it'll be a clean race.
Who do you think is the guys who's going to make things difficult?
Well, mostly I think it's Mohamed Murat and Devir Naidu, but hopefully I can bear with them.
Hopefully going into the final I get a good position to start because the second heat wasn't the best. But hopefully I can get in front, get away. The race is longer, so it'll be a much tougher race, and yeah.
Oh, the first race was good when I won. It was pretty tough, but the second race, the guy pushed me off and then I went into another guy. So, well, I hope I can do something special for the last heat.
And the last heat is the one that counts. Remember, this is the one for the air ticket to go and watch the finals in Italy at Sarnu. And across the line, Reza Levy has got the whole shot. Tucked in behind him, that looks like a phenomenal start coming out of man that we haven't seen really at the front end at all, but all of a sudden has now joined that front end battle, and that is Luviwe Sambudla. We have got a big charge as well from 656. Where did he come from? And it looks like he's now finding some special maneuvers to try and stay at the front end there. And Sambudla, as he said in the interviews, and of course as we saw in race number 2, has got some great race pace. He beats out Naidu at this stage, and Murat tucks in behind them. Sambudla, Naidu and Murat then just behind that, starting to sort things out. Can they find a way past? We'll wait and see. But all of a sudden we're seeing Intamisa Mabunda up there as well. Mabunda dives up the inside. This is top class action here from these guys as they go flying down into Tolkien Corner. So Luviwe Sambudla, Mabunda, Naidu, they're all fighting hard and looking for opportunities now to spoil each other's days as they come flying up to the top end of this final heat for Micromax. And there's nothing in it, as you can see. Everybody's staying pretty much with each other except for that man out front, and Reza is putting his head down and looking to try and get away. So Mabunda into that second place with a bit of pressure from Naidu. Murat's got pressure as well as he dives on the inside with Luviwe Sambudla. Sambudla going through there with Murat and demoting the man down. So Naidu now has to come from about 5th place on track with Ken Schwartz trying to look for a way past as well. Just behind that Mallory Mabunda. Eric Haystack in there too. Nothing wrong with the driving that's coming out of this Micromax karting event here in V-Town. And all looking to try and seal the deal and take this final race. This is the one, as I said, that counts. And this is the one that will give them that air ticket. Can they do it all right? I don't think anybody's going to have an answer just yet at this stage because no one seems to have an advantage. There's a small advantage at this stage from Reza. And if he just keeps his head down, keeps himself out of trouble, and they continue to battle like they are with Murat diving on the inside, maybe he can hang on and get away. Mabunda. Here comes Luviwe. Oh, he's saying, yes, come with me. And that's what Sambudla is doing. Luviwe dives on the inside. Mabunda down into 3rd. Luviwe Sambudla up into 2nd. This is fantastic race action. Brilliant stuff coming out of these youngsters. The FA boys are putting on a great show, and Squadra Corsa are in the house. Here comes Burrell diving on the inside, and I think we may see Naidu up. Yes, we do. Naidu up into the 4th spot. Murat saying, come on. Murat does a lot of gesticulation out there, hey? He should maybe concentrate on driving as opposed to the gesticulation. Looks like he's got road rage out there. Oh, look at that. What a move in the background. I think that was Mabunda. Yes, it was. Mabunda going at it there with Vian Borsov. Borsov trying to get back at him now. Can't find a way past just yet. Ken Schwartz in that battle as well. And they're all lining up just behind that. You've got Travis Mingay, early race leader and early race contender in race number 1. Not quite on the same pace here at the front of this one. At the front of this one, though, it is Reza Levy who's disappearing. And Murat does not have an answer because he has to go defensive to keep out the attack from the 2 carts behind him. So evenly matched. Great race action here between these guys, as always. And Sambudla now trying to come back at Murat. Murat is hanging on for now. Can he keep it all together though for the last couple of laps? We'll wait and see. As they come across the line, you can see Mohammed Murat there pushing hard, but it is Sambudla who's applying the pressure. Here comes a move from Naidu. Naidu looks on the inside, can't quite make it stick, but as they go across and heading down towards turn 2, Murat's looking across going, come on, what are you doing? Stay with me. Intimisa Mabunda up there as well, pushing hard. So Mabunda ahead and pushing as well as, and giving it everything he can with Laviwe Sambudla. Sambudla is up at the front end, and he's pushing to try and get there, but it's Intimisa Mabunda up at the front now as well. So it's just chopping and changing all the time. Intimisa Mabunda up there pushing for his life and for second place, but Murat is all over the back of him. So is Naidu. And there comes Vion Bosov just behind them. Luviva Sambudla's dropped back ever so slightly into the clutches of that second pack. Mabunda's lost out there as Divian Naidu goes for second. So close between these youngsters. Absolutely amazing stuff. In fact, that Squadra Corsa team are so evenly matched in terms of their colors. It's very difficult to try and pick up who's who. The white helmets, the blue lenses, same color carts. Very difficult to watch these guys. There's a move from Bosov though. Wow. Great to pick up on the red helmet as he dives through there. Bjorn Bosov's race day is not done though, as they're all lining up to try and find a way past, including Travis Minge at the back end of that second pack. First pack is led up by Naidu. They're not catching Levy. Levy is disappearing and getting away nicely. Remember, this is a 12-lap race for these guys, slightly longer than what they've had all day, but it's not as long as the bigger kart classes later on. We're on to the final lap, and he's got about 4.5 second lead. Levy's done it all right as he heads into the exit point of the triple left-handers. Perfectly done here from the Razor. And this is going to secure him a ticket to go and watch the World Finals in Italy and join his South African teammates as part of that team. That is a massive advantage he has over second place. And second place right now is Divian Naidu. Josh Schmidt up there as well, pushing hard. Mohammed Murat in there too, who's going to come across the line for second. It is Levy who takes it. He is stoked with that one. And the Cape Town man is definitely going to be very happy with his performance here in Vereeniging. Taking the win, it goes to second place, Divian Naidu, due to the fact that Mohammed Murat's kart had a technical infringement. Joshua Smith down in third ahead of Lawiwa Sambudla, who beats out Bosov and Travis Minge. It looks like the 613 there also had some issues right in the closing stages.
Tell me about what happened in that final.
Well, I was very excited when on the last 5 laps I got a gap, but they started to catch me on the 6th lap, and so I just kept pushing, and I stayed that gap for the whole race, and I'm just so happy that I might go to the World Finals to drive.
So you've qualified now, you're getting a ticket to go to the World Finals. Are you excited about that, and are you looking forward to going to Italy?
Yes, my dad was really happy, and I'm also really excited to go. I've never been overseas before, but I've heard of the track and I've seen the track on Safari, and I'm really excited to go there.
Fantastic effort from the Razor, taking the win and winning the air ticket to go and join his South African teammates.